What is DragonCon, and why do so many attend it over other Comic Cons? I wanted to find out that answer for myself, so I went to DragonCon 2025. And today's video is brought to you by Calm, but more on them in a little bit. In case you've never heard of DragonCon, it is a fan-run, multi-genre convention that was founded in 1987. And while it started in one hotel, it now takes place over 6 different buildings, technically 7 if you count each building of the America's Mart as individual buildings and not one, throughout downtown Atlanta every Labor Day weekend. And to say it is massive is a generous understatement. But isn't it just another Comic-Con? To put it mildly, no. There truly is every type of genre present at DragonCon. From comic book characters to anime characters to walking memes. And truly, no matter what your niche, you are definitely welcome at DragonCon. Because from the time that I walked in on Wednesday, I have never met a group of kinder, more generous, and welcoming nerds of all variety in my entire life. Whether you're walking through the hotel and accidentally drop your hotel key on the floor and a stranger immediately stops and hands it to you and calls your attention to it, to just randomly finding bow ties wrapped around people's necks that are dangling and about to fall off, and you tap them and tell them, hey, your costume is about to fall off. Truly, I've never met a group of more helpful and caring people at a convention ever. Because while I have gone to places like Emerald City Comic Con and MegaCon, and they are certainly fun and creative and holy shopping, there is truly something magical about DragonCon that neither of those conventions has been able to bottle like DragonCon has. Because the culture of DragonCon is one of a family unit. Everyone sort of takes care of each other, watches out for each other, compliments each other. I didn't see any, I don't like that person because they cosplayed the same character as me. It was, oh my gosh, there's another person who looks just like me. Let's go take a photo together. It was sort of like you had come home for 5 days and you had found all of your nerds and you were just going to be your most authentic and loving and caring and helpful self to this crowd of 75,000 plus people. And sometimes when you're in the middle of a con, you do need to take a moment for yourself, and I choose to do that with the sponsor of today's video, Calm. In case you haven't heard of Calm, it is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, giving you the power to calm your mind and change your life. And what I truly love to use it for is not only right before I go to bed, when I'm ready to just relax and clear out a little bit of the chaos of my mind, but I also enjoy it when I'm at places like conventions and everything just seems like it's going a mile a minute. I like to go find a nice, calm place to sit and recenter myself before I go back out into the fun that is a convention. Because even just taking that 1 minute in a nice quiet corner of the convention, I was able to refresh and come back to center and remember that these are supposed to be fun and that I was just getting in my way of doing that. But using the app, I was able to just get a little bit of clarity. And also it's great when you're mid-project because the very first time I used Calm, this happened.
Is the capacity to look forward to something. As you toss a coin into a fountain.
So truly magic can happen when you just take a moment for yourself to help clear your mind and be present in the moment in front of you. And thankfully Calm has all of those tools right in your pocket. And if you want to try Calm out for yourself today, Calm is offering my viewers an exclusive discount of 40% off of a Calm premium subscription when you go to calm.com/Stephanie. That's CALM.com/Stephanie for 40% off of unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/Stephanie. And thank you to Calm for sponsoring today's video. But now, let's go back to the con. Do you have to make all your cosplays? In a word, no. Cosplaying comes in all varieties and shapes, as I have learned, from store-bought, which is my trapped Agatha that you see here, to handmade, detailed, hand-sewn, couture, 4,000-hour plus costumes, and some that do more, to someone who just wants to hold a sign, to someone who wants to walk around in a cardboard box, to someone who has no interest in actually cosplaying a character, but wants to wear a t-shirt or a dress, or just enjoy the atmosphere of their favorite genre of nerd. Geek, nerd, you take your pick. I have proudly called myself both of these things throughout my entire life, and I don't intend to stop now. But what else can you do there besides cosplaying? Because let's say that you just would rather go and discuss the favorite new costumes of your new Star Wars obsession, and/or with other fans that just have the same passion that you do. In proper common form, I'm running late, so I'm having a protein bar on the way to the panel I want to be at. Okay, let's go! They have those kinds of panels and discussions throughout the entire convention. So if you're looking for something for Marvel, if you're a Blurred, if you are looking for Star Wars, if you're looking for a digital media track where people like me, who have literally never been to DragonCon but sometimes have to do something at a convention, otherwise they may not go, host a panel about putting the U back in YouTube. The U back in YouTube. Bots be damned, I say. We are discussing today how to keep yourself in your YouTube channel, because I do not care what anyone else tells you at this entire con. AI will not grow your channel. Bots will not grow your channel. Woo! Real people that make real comments and exist in this world will grow your channel. There are truly discussions for everyone, and you can see here in their app that there is just so much to do that there is no way in one DragonCon that you can do it all.
There are only 4 rules you need to remember. Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
You can also do things like going shopping from real artists in Artist Alley, which I do advise going on a less busy day, as I did hear from folks who waited in line on Friday and Saturday for up to 4 hours to get inside. I opted for Monday, which was much less busy. Because yes, DragonCon is one of the very few cons that bans AI. I can't even call it art. And if DragonCon catches you selling AI slop, they will kick you out. But maybe you're not looking to spend money or go listen to panels. Then there's also things like you can cosplay your favorite character and go do big group photo shoots so you can find all of your fellow nerds in that one photo shoot and make friends instantly. We have no power! Yay! So this is how I got ready. Okay, let's go to a photo shoot.
5 minutes before the shoot officially starts, we are gonna start with a group photo.
Because this is truly a place where adults like myself, who potentially forgot how to people after 2020 and is really trying just to do her best to figure out how to be a person around other people and not just a camera.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
I was able to connect with so many fellow amazing people who enjoyed Agatha all along, who enjoyed Wizard of Oz, who enjoyed Deadpool. And I got to take those photos with all these fantastic people and then start to make friendships, start to look out for each other, wave at each other. And this is how I feel now, like I was beginning to make these real friendships with people in real life and then transitioning them to the internet. Whereas in the past 4 years, it's been the exact opposite. But if photography isn't your thing, maybe you would like to go on a real, true seek and find game called Swag and Seek. This was so much fun. It is literally a game that this one branch of DragonCon plays. There's a group on Facebook where you can print out the labels with your swag that you bring in. You go and hide it in approved locations. There are some that are not okay to hide them in, but there's a fair amount of places where you can go hide them. And then the only thing you do is go around for a little bit looking for these little stamps that says swag and seek so that you can go and actually find these little treasures that people have hidden around DragonCon. And yes, I did bring some along with me, and I did have this innate feeling that I had done it wrong, even though when I was talking to the organizers on Monday at the very final Swag and Seek meetup, I was concerned that I had done it wrong because I had brought like a little bit of vintage fabric, a pattern, and a sticker, and bagged it all up, and it was huge compared to these nice little things that I was finding from people. And it's like, oh, I did this wrong. And so I let myself get stopped. But I did give them away on Monday, so I'm hoping that maybe if you're one of the 5 people that found my little fabric bags on the table, that you enjoyed your fabric and pattern and sticker, because I probably should have hid that a lot earlier and I just didn't. But that's the great thing about DragonCon. As long as you're being respectful to everyone else and all the other communities, you really can't do DragonCon wrong. If I can give you nothing else in this little segment is that truly just dive head in. Go for it. Go for whatever makes you feel comfortable going to DragonCon. Because every time I went for something big, I reached for it, I didn't ever feel regret. When I did the panel, was I nervous as crap leading up to it? Absolutely I was. Was I absolutely concerned I was going to put my foot in my mouth, not only in person, but on Twitch? Yes. Yes, I was. However, I went in, I moderated the panel. I think we had a pretty good discussion. It did sort of kind of dive into like the perils of YouTube, but I still wanted to bring that knowledge that I had gained over the last 5 years to DragonCon to help the fellow participants. You can be like, hey, come unbox whatever you have. Come unbox my new product with me and visit me in my store at X. And that, even if it's a small audience, my audience who started back with me when I didn't know to rotate the camera out of horizontal or out of vertical for an unboxing and sat through that god-awful video, they still buy from me today.
Stephanie, what are you doing?
I get to sign the banner because I did a panel, you guys. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There are all types of fun little cults you can join that are a joke. They're joke cults. They're not real cults, don't worry. But the cult of John, the FedEx poster man, I don't fully understand, but it was funny to watch it evolve over the weekend. That's all that's left. There it is. And then there was the R.I.P. Joanne's cart. Not really sure if it was a cult or just a cart, but either way, it was funny and grew every time I walked by it. But there are so many of these niche little communities that you can join and participate in that it's hard to list them all because there are just so many. But really, why is it so different? Honestly, it's because of the community. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, have never seen a group of more helpful, kind, welcoming people in my life. There was not a single person that I had a bad interaction with. The savior of my camera, right there! There was not a single person who wasn't super kind and ready to play along. And I truly felt like I had finally found my people because everyone was just being their most authentic selves. And that's really all I can hope for. It's all I can ask from events. And I think that's what was missing for me at some of the other events I've gone to. It's not that people weren't being their most authentic selves. It's that it felt much more corporate because it is. It is a corporate run event, and that is a very different style of event. And they're both completely valid. Whether you're going to Emerald City or MegaCon or DragonCon, whichever one makes you the happiest, is easiest for you, you feel most comfortable at, that's great. But I can say that of the 3 that I have gone to repeatedly now, I felt the most welcome, cared for, and looked after at DragonCon. And I'm not the only one.
Hey, I love DragonCon. The 2 things that I feel are the most unique, what sets it apart from every other con. One, it is the biggest tent. It's not a comic con, it's not a gaming con, it's not an anime. It's everyone from every fandom. And if you choose any two people, they won't necessarily have the same fandom, but they all understand the concept of fandom and passion, and watching everyone share their like deepest love and their favorite character with each other is beautiful to me. And the other thing is just like, I feel like most of the others, not all, but most of them are much more like corporate. They're very sponsored, and DragonCon, more than any other one that I've ever been to, is run by the fans, for the fans. It is a labor of love, and it is all of the best stories. Everything I ever hear from people, this incredible thing I saw 7 years ago, it's all this random thing that fans spontaneously did. There was no production, there was no plan. It just happened because we love each other.
Why should someone come to DragonCon over any other con?
It is truly not like any other convention. You will find the most random reference that you never thought you would see. A TV show from the 70s, there's a side character, and there may only be one other person who knows it, but that one person who knows it will make your entire convention.
If you could sum up DragonCon in one sentence, what would it be?
I found my family and my people with this convention.
Oh,
I think that would be it.
that's so great.
Yeah.
So I hope that this video has helped you a little bit to learn just a taste of what DragonCon truly has to offer, because it was nothing short of magical. And I am very happy to say that I cannot wait to go back for 2026. And if you're wondering how I made my Dorothy costume that I wore to the Wicked photo shoot, I advise you watch this video right here so that you can fully go down the yellow brick road with me while I sew in chaos. And I hope you are sewing in chaos as well. See you next one. How to encapsulate DragonCon.